We had farmers from different sectors in the different countries. So we had cereal farmers in Austria and Romania. We had farmers with livestock in Germany and Denmark. We had specialist crop producers in Hungary and France, and that was wine and food. And you had two specific cases which are a little bit outside, which is urban gardening in Italy and aquaculture. So we had quite different orientations, but some of the issues that the farmers or the producers are facing are comparable and are similar. So we worked with different, partly we worked with groups of farmers, partly we interviewed advisors that worked with farmers, and partly we looked at a little bit at literature. That's what we researchers do. We also consider what other people have found on the subject before. So we found that the barriers to coercion happen either at the farm level, directly in the influence of where farmers also can take action, or they happen outside their direct feed of beats. And then they looked a little bit more closely at the areas in which these can occur. So we found technical barriers, particularly in the more specialist systems, like weed control in arable farming is a common topic. We found nothing new there. We knew that was likely to come up, but also pest disease control in fruit production or in vine production, and livestock housing, feed rations in the more livestock-oriented farms. So they were not phenomenally new, but they were confirmed, and they are still applying. They're not gone away. These barriers are not gone away. When we found a lot of uncertainty with regards to farm finances. So what would going organic do to my farming finances, which is also tied to what markets can I access for my organic product? Is there still demand for organic, or is the demand no longer there? So there were particular questions and issues faced in that direction. And then we also had issues with availability. If I want to grow organic and I can't get varieties that are suited to growing organically, for example, of resistant varieties for wine producers, they were an issue. And he wanted to find out, he faced the same issue with seed for the more arable-oriented producers that were all noted, and juveniles for aquaculture in particular, an issue, and organo feed for fish. There were some input-related issues that were raised. And finally, we found policy and administration-related issues. And they partly relate to the farmers don't like to pay for certification and ask us whether agroecology they might not have to pay, but for organic they have to pay. So is that justified? And they may be also found different implementation of policy in different parts of the country. So the grazing farmers in Denmark, for example, had issues with not understanding the rules. And in other cases, we had issues where farmers felt that the local administration is applying the organic rules or requesting the organic rules to be applied in a difficult to understand and difficult to follow way. So we've got quite a heap of barriers and risks to conversion faced by farmers, but not all of them are within the farmer's own control. And that, I think, is the main point. Some of them are outside the farmer's control, and they will need action at a different level to address them.